Well, I wouldn't exactly consider myself a die-hard fan of the Underworld franchise, but I will say I enjoy the films. Probably my least favorite one in the series was Underworld Evolution, which was the second film in the series. The film about vampires versus werewolves, vampires versus lichens. Stars Kate Beckinsale as Celine, who we are first introduced in the first film, who is is what is known as a death dealer, probably one of the ultimate fighter in the war in between vampires and werewolves. And this franchise has been ongoing since I think 2003, 2004. And almost like the original Star Wars series, a new film comes out every 3 years or so. And here we are with the fifth film in the franchise, Underworld Blood Wars. Now it's Blood Wars is very much for the fans, I think. It's made for the fans, and it pretty much expects that fans are the ones who are going to go out and see this movie. Before going to see this, I would highly recommend that brush up on your Underworld history, or if you have the time, watch the first four films before going into this, so you at least have characters and plot points in mind going into this film. The film literally feels like it should be begun with a previously on Underworld kind of thing, because it opens with a pretty extensive recap by Celine, saying what's going on, where they've been, and get viewers up to speed as to where Blood Wars begins. And it's kind of funny how I think it is like, oh, so this is us. And the unfortunate thing was that even during the recaps, a lot of the stuff I didn't remember. And I wasn't sure, was that from the second one? Was that from the prequel, Rise of the Lycans? Was that in Awakening, which was the fourth film? And then it goes right into the action, picking up where Celine is, and she's basically on the run. As she says, she's a pariah in the vampire clan, and she's being hunted by both sides. And elements from the previous film Awakening are picked up, where she had a daughter, and now that daughter is now basically in hiding, and she doesn't know where she is. So, like I said, watching previous films will help, because that character comes in right in the beginning, and I'm like thinking, who is this guy? I don't remember who that is. He looks vaguely familiar, and it wasn't until later I got in the sense of just who he was. There aren't that many returning characters from the previous films in here outside of Kate Beckinsale. There's Thomas, who's played by Charles Dance, who was in the previous film, and there's David, Theo James, who was also in the previous film Awakening. And all the other characters are new. Blood Wars has hell of a lot of exposition, and it really tries to lay out the universe almost. It's like a kind of odd that it's in the fifth film that they're really laying all this stuff out. It gives you ideas of where the covens are, where the lichens are, what the lichen strategy on beating the vampires is, and some interesting stuff. And we're introduced to other types of vampires that we've never seen before, and I found that pretty interesting. The film is a scant 90 minutes, and it felt like it could have gone on for maybe another extra 15 minutes or so, just to flesh things out so that we can really get invested in this world. Because like I said, we're being introduced to some new things and new dynamics. And like I said, a lot of the bulk of the characters in this movie are new. We've never seen them before. So unfortunately, I spend most of my time wondering, did I see these people before in the last movie? And I just don't remember. Because I mean, it's like I said, I'm a fan of the series, but they all blend together where I can't distinctly remember which one was from which moment was from which film, and which character was from which film, and what's being referenced. But there's many things that go on through Blood Wars that references previous films, so that, like I said, that would be a benefit to do your research before going in. So it leads up to a big battle between the vampires and the lichens. One of the drawbacks for me in the entire franchise is the fact that the CGI werewolves, grown accustomed to it because that's just, I guess that's just their thing, and it makes me miss the practical. But I guess practical would not be practical in this setting because of the grand scale of the number of werewolves that are involved. But still, overall, Underworld Blood Wars, it's a serviceable sequel to the series, and even despite the feelings that this might be the end, it's not. I just read that there's a sixth one in the works, which apparently will cap the series, I think. At least that's what they claim. So it does lead up to that, and leaves that open for the next chapter. So I'm intrigued to find out what happens next. So as a fan of the franchise, it's definitely not. It's somewhere in the middle of the pack, but it's still a decent film for if you're a fan of the franchise. If you're not a fan of the franchise, you'll probably be like, "What the hell is going on here?" And you'll probably be like, "Yeah, I'm confused," and I don't care. But for me, being a fan of the franchise, I would have to give Underworld Blood Wars 3 stars out of 5. 3 stars out of 5. It's engaging and entertaining enough, and expands the universe. And like I said, I like the series, and I enjoy these characters, and the fights were fairly decent and enormous. And it features it's the directorial debut of Anna Forster, who does a solid work in this one. She was previously a visual effects artist and director of photography, and now she's moved up to the ranks of feature film director, and she did it pretty good in this one. And yeah, the return of Kate Beckinsale as Celine is a not great but decent return. So 3 stars out of 5. So if you like this review, hit that like button below. Are you a fan of the Underworld franchise? Have you seen Underworld Blood Wars? Were you looking forward to Underworld Blood Wars? What was your favorite part in the film? And are you looking forward to the franchise continuing? Please comment below and let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do, so you can stay on top of my newer reviews, retro reviews, trailer reactions, and any of the fun things I put up on my channel. And please be sure to remember to hit that bell button, so that way you can be notified when I do so. So until next time, my friends, Happy New Year, and see you at the movies.